So the second movement we're going to learn about on the piano is the forearm rotation. Now notice that it's rotating on the forearm and the wrist, not the elbow. We're not doing it by moving the elbow. So when you do these exercises we're going to be going through, keep a check on your elbow that it's not doing this. And if you're doing a one-handed exercise, you may want to just put your other hand underneath your elbow. So one, to stop it moving, and also to feel if it does move. Okay, so this rotation movement, it's a bit like, think jazz hands. Most people seem to be able to do jazz hands. It's 3 movements like that, and you see my elbows are still not moving. It's just that. So get used to that feeling. Another rotation feeling we're used to doing is turning a door handle. So have a look at imagine at the back of the piano here, there's a couple of door handles, and you grab them and you have to rotate the wrist maybe a 3/4 turn to be able to open a door, and then go back the other way. So we're used to this movement. What we're not used to is doing it on the piano. So all the exercises we're going to do is going to be done to excess. The movement's really extreme, because what we're trying to do is retrain our brain to get used to these movements that we're not familiar with. Sometimes we can get way too static on the piano. We're so fixed on keeping our fingers in the right position that we get too tense, and certainly the idea of moving your wrist like this will feel alien to you. So the first thing we're going to do is do a variation of that arm drop exercise we did before. Everything about what we did before applies now, in the sense that we've got to get in the right playing position, get our balance, get our hand in position, pick a position on the keyboard that is in line with your shoulder, so that we're not sort of artificially twisting or anything. And we're going to be lifting our arm, forearm, wrist, hand unit as a solid unit like this again, except this time we're going to rotate the hand towards our face. And you probably want to turn to look at it, make sure it's rotating properly. So as you lift it up as one unit, lift and rotate. So what we're going to do now, we still want to get to the vertical here, but we're going to drop our arm like we did before, but this time as it falls we're going to rotate it back to its natural position onto the piano. Once again, don't worry about, you won't damage the piano, it won't be a really massive loud noise, but you must just let gravity take its place. Let it fall, rotate the wrist and let it bang on the notes. So up again, turn towards me. So notice I hit a wrong note there. So just as we did in the previous exercise, we want to get accuracy. So if I start in the G position here, I want it to fall in the G position, and with one finger on one note. So we're looking for accuracy of the overall, and also checking that your fingers are not going into some position, like a little finger sticking out, or one of the fingers going over onto the note that is already covered by that. So try this initially. Again, you're going to rotate it down. So up, turn to you, let gravity, let it fall. Try not to use your biceps and triceps, just let it fall. When it falls, we want to maintain this nice position here as well. Okay, so the first bit is the accuracy, making sure that you can fall back to the same position you started, and making sure that your fingers have not changed shape, that it's still in that natural position. So this will take a while, but once you've got it, the next stage, like in the previous exercise, is to target one finger. So the whole hand is going to rotate and fall, but we're going to try and make one note sound. But as the previous exercise, we've still got to have all the fingers coming down together, but one note needs to sound. And we don't want to be in this kind of artificial position, lifting the fingers up. It's got to be that position. Now, you're probably, like the last exercise, you're probably going to think, how am I going to let it fall and one note just play? But just tell your brain that's what you want to do, and you will find with a few practice goes, it will start to get better and better. So I'm going to target the third finger. Up it comes. Now, that one, yes, the third finger sounded, but a couple of the others did as well. But I'd rather that happened than you end up in some strange position like this. So just keep doing it until it gets better. There you are, that was a lot better. And when you're able to do it fairly consistently, go for one of the other fingers. I'm going to go for the fourth finger now. Not great. Too many notes playing. The best one so far. Even better. So your brain will work it out. Just let it happen and think fourth finger, and the brain will do whatever it takes to make that fourth finger get ahead of the others. So give this a go, and give this the same with the left hand as well, exactly the same process. So when you're comfortable with this exercise, then the next stage will be to start to actually doing some wrist rotation on the keyboard.